Hello fellow streamers and YouTubers. Today we're going to show you a video that has to do with adding indexes or table of contents to any document that you have worked in Word, Office 365, and especially if you have finished typing all of your document and pretty much you have everything ready, and now you have to face the harsh uh, subject of making a table of content. I know it's not easy. A lot of videos out there will tell you that you only have to create a style, but that is okay if you started from scratch and you start defining your styles as you start typing your document and you know that you have your headings. The issue here is, for example, you might find that you already need to have some sort of distinction between your headings and the rest of the paragraph. So that's something that you need to be very aware of. If you want to make a table of content, never make your headings on the same size or format as the rest of your paragraph, otherwise it will not work. And this is something that we will show you right now how to do it. Because there's a lot of videos that tell you, start from scratch, but what if you already have done most of the work and you don't want to go manually, for instance, for your long document like a thesis or final presentation that has more than 200 pages? It can be complicated. So this is the most easy approach, and we will show you how to do it. It's very simple. It's not complicated. We're doing this on Microsoft Office 365. You go to where it says select, and right now where it says select text with similar formatting. But before doing so, we need to create a style, which is what we're going to define as a heading. We made the video in Spanish before, but I'm just translating for you guys. It's the same document, so do not worry. Everything is on English and Word. So we just call it encabezado, which in Spanish is heading. And we pretty much made it from the selection of the format that we had before. And click here on when it says automatically update, because this is very important. If you change your mind, or your supervisor or maybe your teacher tells you that he's not okay with your heading style or font, you can change it and it will automatically update within the rest of the document once you have created that style for the heading. So if you do change it and you actualize or refresh your table of content, you will not lose the heading. So that's very important, and that is why we always recommend you that you leave it enabled or click on it if it's not. Now we will go to select and we will choose everything that has a similar format. Because we already defined the first line as a style, it is not selecting or choosing any of the rest of the headings that we created on the document. So what we need to do is we need to go to any of the other headings that do not have the style defined, and we were going to highlight it. Let me go over here and click, and now we're going to click on select text with similar formatting, and what it will do is select everything that has the similar format style. And when we do so, we only have to click right here on where we had styles and click on the style that we want to apply, which will be, I'm sorry, this moved, okay, that says right here encabezado or heading, and it changes it. However, sometimes it will not select everything, and it's because maybe we had an extra space after the last character, so it's not recognizing it. So it's always good to double check and highlight those. For instance, this one does have the style, the heading style, but the other one doesn't. So again, we repeat the same process. We highlight it. This one has it. Okay, for instance, this one I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Okay, because it's a table that comes after, and it's not the same spacing between the text. So we do have to highlight it, and we click heading, or we can actually go and click again the select. Again, that one neither. So what we will do is just go and click on highlight and select text with similar formatting, and we click again on heading on the style that we defined, and it's supposed to refresh and reload everything again. So now we're going to make the table of content so that you can see that it actually worked. Again, this is useful if you already started typing or you have most of your document ready and you haven't made the table of contents, so then you don't have to go heading through heading, clicking on it and defining it on the styles for heading or subtitles. This is like a really quick uh, bypass, so that even if you have most of your document compiled, you can do it. Now we're going to references and we're going to add the index. And here you can define the styles. You can even download them from the internet as well. There are some templates, but we're going to use one that is available. And the levels, that's important because it depends on how many levels of hierarchy you have. We only have the heading and the subtitle, so we're just going to use two. And here, as you can see, it says table of content level. Erase the ones that you do not have. Remember the styles that you define and use in your document. And we use the one that says encabezado and also subtitle, if I'm not mistaken. So it should be there, subtitle Lawrence. And we type it number 2, and we just hit OK. And that's going to create the automatic table of contents. So yes, we're also going to show you what happens if you change some of the font on the headings. As you can see, it's already there with the proper and corresponding page number. Let's take out the bold so you can see it better. There we go. Now, remember what I told you about changing the type or the style or maybe the font or the size of the headings? Since we enable the automatically update, whenever we change the style of the heading, it updates it on everything that we define as a heading. So that's very important if you are working on documents that someone else will have review and they might suggest changes either on the format or the style. This is the best way to avoid having to redo the index every time because it's already set up so that whenever you change the font on either of the headings, it will reflect on all of them. So it's just consistent throughout your document. Again, it's very simple to use. It's not complicated. You don't need to worry if you already have all of your document pretty much done. But do remember that you need to have some difference between the headings on your document and the body or the paragraph, because if you don't, it might not work, because it's difficult for the select option to distinguish between similar formats if there's nothing that makes them different. So that's why we always recommend, even if it's just making the font a little bit bigger, please do so it's easier for you to set it up. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks again for watching. Any comments or suggestions are always welcome. I know that this might be complicated, but it's really simple, and this is the best approach if you already have most of the documents. There's a lot of videos there that will tell you how to do it from scratch, and that's easy. But what if you have all of your document ready? You just want something simple and avoid tampering with your document as much as possible so you don't screw up with the layout or the organization of the paper. Again, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're under Dron-isteria. Give us a like if you did enjoy this video. Any questions or comments are always welcomed. We will make some other videos about indexes for figures and tables, but those are pretty much easier. And also, we can show you another stuff here like making bookmarks, which is pretty useful, and anything else. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay at home.